What's up, guys? It's your boy Franklin here, and finally, after 210 hours of playing this beautiful, marvelous, and very stressful game, I can safely say that I 100% out of 100% completed the map in Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. Before we get into it, please like and subscribe. Now, honestly, I don't know how long this video is going to be, but I'm going to show you guys some interesting things in regards to how to get 100%. And if you guys need the proof, I got it. Because look at that. Bottom right hand corner, 100 out of 100. You can definitely sense a little bit of sanity or what's left of it in my voice. But pretty much what I did, you gotta explore and explore and explore a lot of places. The first thing that I actually did when I 100%ed this was essentially getting all the shrines out of the way first, because those are somewhat easy to do, especially since there are quests or shrine quests related to those. And then after I got all the shrines, you get a cool little armor piece, which I'm not going to spoil. Then I went into the depths and I actually went to light up all the light roots. And these are much easier to obtain due to the fact that these shrines essentially, like for example, let's do this one right here. If you go into the depths, most likely it's going to be there. So inverse, everything's inverse. For those that are hard to get, make sure you find some chasms. They're really important, especially like these that are put on an island, and especially those that are definitely on its own. You're like, how the hell do I get here in the first place? Just look for chasms. Speaking about chasms, you should definitely find out where those chasms are. Chasms count towards the map's completion rate. So do caves, so do wells, so do villages, establishments, anything that is built out of a side quest. For example, and I think this might be a little bit of spoilers, building Lurlin Village counts as completion. Getting the shop or the general store in Lurlin Village counts as well. Getting the water rally in the same place counts as completion. Any icon that shows up on your map is considered 0.04%, and it goes directly into it. And before I get into the percentage thing, in order to unlock that tracker, or the 100% tracker on the bottom right that you're seeing right now, you got to beat the main story of the game. I'm not going to spoil it, which, by the way, that ending is probably one of the greatest Zelda endings. Whoa, I just butchered that. It is probably one of the greatest Zelda game endings of all time. Might be one of my favorite video game endings, and it took me, quite by surprise. So, regardless, there are 4 great fairy fountains. Yep, everyone knows that. Just like in Breath of the Wild, unlock those and you gooch. There's about 14, 15 of these sky towers or sky view towers. Make sure y'all do that. And also, make sure you do the shrines up in the sky as well, because there's 152 shrines in this game. There's also zonai dispensers. There's about 30 of them. Make sure you do them too. Literally, the very last dispenser that pretty much kept me at 99.95 was this little dumbass device dispenser right here in Valor Island, or the island adjacent to it. And I was going crazy because I was like, man, I'm on the very last icon to pop up on the map, and I really couldn't find it because it was pissing me off. I explored everywhere. Turned out it was a dumbass zone dispenser. And then, of course, make sure you visit actual places, because these places also count towards the 100%. For example, make sure you check off bridges like Kakariko Bridge. Make sure you go to obscure places that you haven't visited yet. In the event that you run out of places to find, use Hero Path mode. This is actually very useful. Let's say, for example, you couldn't get to, let's say, the Hyrule Garrison ruins because for whatever reason you did not pass by it. But if you look at your Hero Path mode, you can check the places you never visited on your screen. You can works for the depths, works on the normal level, and works in the sky. Just look at the color of your path and pay attention to where it goes up or down. Anyways, I'm going to show you guys a couple of obscured places that you might want to check out that some people do tend to miss. Also, Korok seeds. Yeah, there technically are 10 million of them. I'm just kidding. No, there's only 1,000. There's actually 100 of them that are the Korok friends. Get that Korok to his buddy. There are about 100 of them. So technically, there are 800 standalone Korok seeds you got to find out there. And in some places, there might be like kind of obscured, but other places it looks like hiding in plain sight. My rule of thumb when it comes to stuff like this in Zelda is if it looks too good to be true, maybe something looks off, maybe there's a big ass tree in the middle of a field, then it's probably too good to be true. So go ahead and check those out. Oh, this is a nice obscured place, for example, and I'm actually gonna show you guys a resource that I used once I started like reaching like the 97%, 98% area. But I'll show you guys some obscured areas. For example, this little bridge we have here, very nice, right? Stolok Bridge. Even though this one actually counts as 0.08. I don't know why, but it's in Goron City. Don't miss that out. Another cool place. Again, I keep saying bridges, but I know there's a couple. Oh, right here. Perfect example of boosting your percentages. Yep. Sokala Bridge. The west, the middle, and the east. That's 0.04 right there. There's the falls. Yuck, yuck, yuck. Uh, again, establishments. Make sure you actually go to every single like little shop. Make sure you guys do the side quests and side adventures, because who knows, maybe that will unlock some stuff. For example, this monster gallery is actually from a side quest that you get to do in the game. As a matter of fact, I'm going to pull up my adventure log and I'll show you which one it is. And it actually might be a side adventure. I might be lying. Oh no, it is a side adventure. So make sure you guys do the side adventures. So pretty much by unlocking all these right here, you get to unlock that cool little icon, which again is 0.04%. There's another one that people seem to like not understand correctly, but there is a couple icons you guys see right here, and these are ancient tablets. So this is actually from a side adventure that is from, I believe it was like the very last major thing I had to do in order to complete this map. And where the hell is this at? I believe it is called Ancient Messages from the Past. If I could find this goddamn little thing. There you go. Messages from an ancient era. Just make sure you do that. Unlock that. Once you do it, there are about 12 messages, technically 13, that you can do to find in the sky. And how do you know where to find them? It's pretty much these little star-shaped islands that you'll see floating around in the middle of nowhere. Some of them do drop down below into the surface and even into the depths. Just take a picture. There's 12 of them. Make sure you do them, and each of them count towards progression. Caves. Caves are pretty interesting to find. There are some that are very obscured. Some of them do require to have some, like, oh my god, some really good exploration skills. Wells are pretty interesting as well. There's only about 58 something wells. And if you actually do find all those wells, you get a cool little achievement, a cool little key item that you get to brag to your little homies because they cannot play Zelda for shit. Stables count as well. And I already said chasms. Make sure, again, stuff like this, make sure you just visit every single place you can possibly imagine. In the depths, this is something I technically learned recently, but let's say, for example, you uncover the forest of spirits. In the depths, just like the laws of inverse, there's going to be a grove of spirits. So there are some certain woods or spirits places. I shouldn't be saying spirits. It's either forest or woods. They will tell you, hey, if there's a forest of spirits, there's a grove of spirits. If there's a forest of time, there's a grove of time. And that's actually pretty cool. Very interesting details that they put in the depths. Speaking about the depths, there are 7 bargainer statues that you want to check out. Also, there are a couple of mines that you would want to unlock in the game. Uh, Pretty simple right here. Forge constructs are the places that allow you to exchange zonite for, the little, what are they called again? I'm forgetting what they're called. That's how this game just got me insane. But pretty much you're able to exchange zonite for crystallized charges, and in that essence you can, exchange it for cell batteries. And speaking of which, I managed to get this little item, the All's Well. It's a cute little glass sphere. You also get a Dispelling Darkness medal for unlocking all 120 light roots, which is pretty cool. There's also, in the depths, there's the temples. Make sure you do them. Two of them are actually part of the main quest, which I'm not going to really spoil that. You guys can play that on your own. Every time, again, you're near a mine, it counts for a location, 0.04, and then make sure you unlock the Forge construct or the Steward constructs that are there to help you out. Make sure you unlock those. Bargainer statues, there's about 7 of them. Make sure you guys are doing your vigilant job of unlocking all of those. If you have a problem unlocking all of those, there's a bargainer statue in the lookout landing, and it will tell you where its brethren are at. That's definitely something cool there. I think the most obscured place that counts towards this progression would be the Drakuzu altar. It's behind a waterfall. Like, who in the hell would know there's something behind it? Of course, unless you unlocked the light route that's associated with this place, and you can see there's a little bit of something behind the waterfall, and it's like, okay, how am I supposed to know that? But yeah, there aren't a lot of places to visit in the underground, but again, make sure you guys are checking that out. For example, if there's a spring on top of here, like the Spring of Wisdom, there's a Wellspring of Wisdom. Canyon mines count. And also, Colosseums. There's a couple of Colosseums where you can fight the biggest of the baddest bad guys around, and that will enable you guys to essentially get missing parts from your outfits. No spoilers, but there's a particularly cool place where if you defeat these monsters, they allow you to get very cool masks that cannot be accessible anywhere else in the game unless you have, an amiibo for it. So, like for example, there's the Colosseum, Desert Colosseum here. There's a Gleok Den over here. There's a Forest Colosseum there. I mean, the list goes on and on. And I think that's pretty much it from the depths. Oh, there is a couple of side adventures that enable you to access these labyrinths particularly. So make sure you actually do those because those count towards progression. And then there's one up here in the Hebrew region. Oh, there it is. So there's 3 of them. Okay, speaking of which, again, the biggest percentage here will be the Korok seeds. Again, you can probably find those on your own. When it came down to the last couple, I want to say the last couple 50, I had to use interactive map online because I was like losing my mind. I could not find the rest of the Korok seeds. A lot of them I found naturally on my own because I love exploring games such as Tears of the Kingdom. And, I always love games that reward you for cool stuff. The Dragon Tears. There's about 11 of them or 12 of them. Make sure you guys do those. I don't recall the exact number, but I mean, they're on my map, of course, as well. And so there you have it. There are actually, I want to say something like this. For example, the Rito Village Chasm, there are certain places that can only be unlocked by doing the main quest. So once you do a couple million hours of exploring, make sure you progress through the story. Make sure you, instead of exploring, make sure you actually, you know, make some progress in the story so you can push yourself. Forgotten Temple, don't forget about that as well. Just like in Breath of the Wild, there's more story-driven chasms like Death Mountain. There's a lot of caves, And I'm going to show you guys the perfect tool that you can use in order to track stuff down. So here it goes. And here it is. Here is the map that I used to pretty much find whatever missing percentages I was needing. Shout outs to zeldamaps.com for this. I'm going to put this down below in the, I'll probably will pin this in the comment section. But anyways, let's say for example here, I was missing, let's see what I was missing here. A device dispenser. It'll tell you there's, 30 of 30. I actually completed this, so it's not really a good example here. So I'm going to show off, let's say, a shrine of light. And obviously, the entire map is going to get populated. And let's say, for example, I'm trying to find this very last shrine, and I, for some reason, cannot find it whatsoever. What I would recommend is, check off whatever you have done, or just cross-reference with your game. If I found this one already, put as mark as complete. And what's really cool is that it disappears. So now you can do process of elimination just to see what you're missing, or stuff that you might be inconclusive about because you don't know whether you got it or not. You can just check with your game, mark it as complete on this map, and just process of elimination. If you're looking for, let's say, bargainer statues, there's 7 of them, right? There's one already here in Lookout Landing. That's pretty much the one that they throw you at your face in the beginning of the game. You can switch maps here. You can do the sky. Obviously, there's not going to be bargainer statues in the sky, so you're going to go into depths, and they'll show you the places of where the bargainer statues are going to be at. And this is a really cool tool. Like I said, it definitely helped me a lot with finding out the last remaining percentages for this map. So shout outs to Zelda Maps for being very, very helpful. Now, of course, I would definitely use this for caves and Korok seeds. I definitely would recommend that because there's a lot of caves, there's a lot of Korok seeds, and I'm just gonna populate my map here real quick. Go to the surface, and boom, there you have it. There's the entire goddamn Korok seed map. And again, once you, like, for example, found this hidden Korok, mark it as complete. This is a buddy Korok. Those that have like those that have these pathways most likely are either a Korok friend, or it's one of those Korok seeds you have to travel across certain distance in order to get it. So, do that. Let's say you found the shrine here, mark as complete. Say you found another shrine here. Where's the caves at? There should be a cave. Like say for example, you found this North Hyrule Plain Cave. Mark it down as complete, and there you go. And what's pretty cool is if you log in or have cookies enabled for this website, it saves your progress, which is why my dispenser here says 30 out of 30. And so there you have it. So anyways, there's that. I hope you guys found that tool to be very useful. I really wish the very best for you guys. I wouldn't recommend doing this if you don't have any time, but if you have 210 hours to spare like I did, yeah, that'd be pretty cool. Like I would say, go check out any bridges. Bridges do definitely count. Make sure you build out establishments. Make sure you get Link a house, because that also counts as well. Anyways, guys, it's your boy Franklin signing out. Let me know if you guys have any questions down below in the comment section. I will try to do my absolute best to answer your questions. All right, see you guys on the next video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Peace.